Hey there, top fans, Mapster here, and I have decided to set up a little commentary video, I suppose you could call it. There's going to be two parts for this video. The first part is going to be on concepts, like old maps that I've gone and set up, but have cancelled due to changing the storyline, as well as concepts of different color styles and mapping techniques and different textures. And the second video is going to be of models and also maps that I have put as much effort into as I can to make them as detailed as possible, as well as styling them with different colors and lots of other things. But we'll get into that once we get into them. Okay, for this first video, I am going to try and show you the old maps that we went through. I've only got two at this time, as the rest of them are gone and pulled through my entire computer and I have no idea where the hell they are, because I have that many maps in my folder. I've got something like 300 maps, so it takes me a very long time to go and dig through them all. But this one here is Basement. Now this was my first attempt at using dev textures as stylish as I possibly could, as well as adding in lots of other different styles into it and making it a bit more open and environment friendly. And this picture, or this room here, is possibly one of the most liked backgrounds, and it's a very simple style as well. There's just a light up there making the light shine through the stairs and different things. So this map was a very good technique. I absolutely love this map, and I'll always have this, and I may include it as a bonus map and try and fix it up, because at the moment there's too many brushes and different things in it that slow the map down, and I didn't work on any optimization, but I added in a few puzzles and ways to try and scare the player, which in many ways I don't think it actually worked, because it runs off the Half-Life 2 engine, and I didn't go and modify anything in it to make it seem a bit more scary. I just added in a lot more darker atmosphere and added in a lot more detail, like this here, that you probably won't be seeing in any more maps, because it's so simple, and I'd have to turn it into a 3D model as well, because there aren't as many custom models here. I like this one here, that is one of my new ones of the barrel. For people that don't know what this map originally was, it was meant to be a like a basement map that comes after the prison, and this is underneath the prison, so the player has to go around and find a way around and try and find out the survivors without being caught by everything else. And in this meantime, he's got like this rat character that he seems to find notes around. In this area, this meant to be in the rusty area. So this character's, this rat's type of character, which is similar to the one from Portal, is going around, and you're meant to see him around, and he helps you go and do various things, like open up maps, and like open up doors and things like that, and save characters. Like here I was meant to have a character run up and bang on the door and then get slaughtered by a fast zombie, and then have the zombie run off, because at this time of the day I wasn't meant to have any weapons, but I just added them in to make it a bit more fun. And throughout this game, these zombies that are through that have gone and escaped from what do you call it, a lab that's elsewhere in the game. So they've gone through and slaughtered all the crew, and the place has just gone crazy. And like this room here, there's blood everywhere. So this is meant to be the player first gets the shotgun, and then of course you find your way, try and survive. But I'm not too sure about this map. like, this area here is probably one of my most favourite, mainly because it's very open and there's always something new to find. Like, this area here is probably the most destructive that I've ever worked on, but it's not actually going to be working very much. You are able to get up there, if I can. I'm going to see if I can get up there. No, it's cheating my own map. No, this is just so I can get through the videos faster. But yeah, this is meant to be just a little secret part the player is able to go through and pick up some extra health, or, you know, just look through these doors that you saw before, and eventually get trapped, of course. And there's a few things around, like for the blood traps, there's also something that I've been trying to get working ever since I first announced it. From when you shoot a zombie or something, it's meant to have splatters all over the place, so it didn't quite work. But yeah, this is meant to be a puzzle where you're meant to get past this fire, but that's for another time when I actually get it going. But we've got to power on through this. Our next map would be prison. For the start of the game, you meant to start in a prison. For the original storyline, you're meant to start in a map very similar to this, and you're meant to walk around, talk to some other NPC players, and go and learn different things, and then eventually you're meant to go and get start a riot, whatnot, and then everyone goes and fights, and all the enemies, or Combine as it originally was, is meant to go crazy. With a outpost is meant to look very similar up there. Just imagine a dome, but then an outpost. So that was the original choreography, but I'm quite sad that we don't get to do that, since I just can't stick to a single storyline, which is why you don't see much these days of things being finished. And yes, all these cells here, they are just modulated, so it's exactly the same thing everywhere. So there's nothing very unique, but it's just a template idea until we actually found out how to get models made and reduce brush count and do optimization, which I could do now, but it's well and truly past that time. Probably about 2 or 3 years past it, to be honest. Okay, next one is texture sizes. Now this is a concept where I decided to grab all these the basic dev textures, and I expanded and shrunk them. I had to create new textures for each of them, so there's about 3 different sizes. You can see 2 there, and then there's a very smaller one over there. So this was going to make it a bit more interesting for when it came to expanding and shrinking sizes, because I know that lots of other people seem to like doing this, although I prefer not to. But it was a good concept. I might have to try and incorporate it at some point, but this was just a very simple map made as a concept, which has a picture up on our Facebook page. Next map, because we've got to get through 2, let's go through Rust. Now this here is a map made using the brown textures, which is meant to be the dirty textures behind the nice pretty ones, which are meant to be green, but then I changed it to grey. This is going to be like an underground map, where you go underground, and it's meant to be more like this other than basement, so it gives it a bit more lively feel, like different environments and everything. Now pool, this one here is, since I absolutely love the colour blue, I decided to try and make a pool map for it. So I added in reflections on these blue textures and tried working with bump maps, and as well as these light strips which are under here. You can't quite see it, but those are light strips that absolutely chews through resources. Yeah, that there's first video. If you want to see the rest of the videos, which I hopefully won't have to power through, go to the next video and I'll talk about more styles.